Choosing the right company to be your partner for success is a very important decision for every originator. And it isn't one size fits all. From my perspective, I have seen in the past, even the greatest of originators still recognize the power that a platform or a company gives them. Whether it's technology, brand, marketing, emotional support, pricing, product, we all have different reasons to choose those companies. I know for most of us, it's who we work with, who we understand in the organization that we can trust, that we can work with, that we can gain knowledge from. That's a critical component of making that choice. But I thought I'd take a few minutes and just talk to all of us about the great originators, whether you're working in your own business, you're working for a bank-owned mortgage company, or an independent mortgage company. They all have different cultures, they all have different benefits. No company has it all. And in my view, you have to find the company that fits your style, fits your ethics, fits your methodology so that you can excel and be comfortable. Because if you're constantly fighting with that culture or constantly dealing with outside challenges where you can't really demonstrate your strengths or do the marketing or maybe the pricing or product development you want, it becomes a real impediment. And when markets get more difficult, things change. And that's probably the most important point I would make in this demonstration. That is that every company evolves. So you have to work with companies that are willing to evolve. If they're not willing to change with the market, there's going to be some very difficult years. And I think that's what every originator has to think about when they're working with their company. Are they thinking forward? Are they looking to break what they've done in the past if it wasn't working and change it? Are they going to adjust to the new modern industry we're in? And a lot of that has to do with the leadership of the company, the vision of the company, because at the end of the day, as you're establishing your personal brand in social media and in the marketing section we talked about previously in the last video, you also are connected to your company's brand, whatever that may be. And it's important, I think, that you feel good about that. That when you're wearing their swag or when you're out representing that company in your community, you feel good about what that company stands for. And we have a tremendous number of organizations in the world today, especially in the United States, that support this effort. So I often talk to originators when I'm talking to them about either coming to work in our organization or why they're leaving our organization, to learn why people make these choices. Sometimes they make them for short-term gain. They just are running to another paycheck. And by the way, sometimes that's an important consideration. But a great originator never makes that kind of a change. What you're moving for is the ability to ultimately advance your model, to allow you to be more of you, to allow their brand to reinforce your brand in that market. So I ask all originators one question when they're thinking about what company they're joining. Does that company push you? Does that company challenge you? Does that company make you want to be better? Because if it isn't pushing you, you're pulling them. And if you're pulling a company, you can get awful tired. So one of my perspectives is whether you like small companies, big companies, I've seen success in all those levels. I think the reality is we're in a mortgage industry now where the consumer, the referral partner, our mortgage providers are all going through tremendous change. We just have endured a tremendous worldwide pandemic, and it made everything change. By the way, if there's any kind of silver lining in this tragedy, it's that our industry in particular was blessed with low interest rates, but also it was blessed with a momentum to change towards more of a technology-based companies. So we had agencies that historically were all one way and didn't change, adapted. They had to. We went to work at home. As challenging as that was, we had to have technology to enable us to do that. Some companies did that flawlessly, and others, it was a real struggle. So as we choose the companies we're going to work for, it's a little bit like choosing your partner in work or your partner in life. You're going to have some ups and downs, but is that person overall going to give you the opportunity to expand who you are and expand what you want to be in your world? That to me makes the difference between what a company pays, what their pricing is, because everybody's going to have challenges in all those arenas, and different markets are going to push us differently. But companies that are willing to adapt, that have vision, that have a singular focus towards the future of the mortgage industry, are the companies that great originators will gravitate to, and they'll succeed to the highest level of their ability in companies that give them that kind of support. So if you want to be a great originator, pick a great partner, and your future is going to be a lot easier than if you run through the rest. Thanks for listening.